listen to a lot of real estate stuff,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like
I need to
Stay
do more of
Paid.
that. Stay Paid?
Yeah,
What's that
because it kind of shows you different marketing strategies as far as staying connected to your clients, which I use often. That's why I have those onboarding forms, so I can kind of not only get to know the client, but it's a way to stay in touch with them, to like do calendar reminders, like for birthdays and when they bought their house.
Do you send out refresher forms? Like, you send out the initial form for your client as a new client, but do you send out a refresher, or do you have more jot forms?
Oh, that just gave me a reminder. Because some of those, I would say 2019, 2020 buyers and sellers are coming back to me recently, I would say that would be something to go follow up with some of them and be like, hey, where are you now?
They're reaching out to you, you said? Are they just reaching out to say hi, or are they looking
No,
to
they're actually buying
inquiring?
and selling.
Okay.
So 2 of my most recent buyers are also gonna be sellers.
Okay.
From when they purchased in 2020 and 2021.
I guess, so they probably bought at the beginning of that boom, so they're looking to cash out a little bit.
Yep. So
Good.
some of them are upwards to 150 grand more than what they initially
That's
bought the house for. So it's kind of cool to see the process of real estate that actually staying in front of my clients daily helps.
Now, do you interact with a lot of those clients through social media throughout the past years, or are some of them just kind of been dark for years?
Social media, text. I actually set up times to just like hang out with clients sometimes.
Okay.
Especially because I've met a lot of them from the beer world.
Yeah.
So trying out new places have been cool to not just, talk about business, but
Right.
actually just get to see them as a person. I don't know if you've seen my post recently. 2 of my clients, we met at this bar I used to work at.
Yep.
And conveniently, every time we've done business was at that bar. So actually I wrote a contract yesterday that got accepted this morning. And we were sitting at the same place yesterday. We were in the same neighborhood yesterday. And then today we got the accepted offer. So
It's your lucky neighborhood.
my lucky neighborhood, and I saw plenty of hummingbirds this past couple weeks.
Although it's kind of funny, I haven't seen you in my bar with any clients, so what's up with that?
Nate, I also live like 45 minutes away, so let's be honest.
Find those
Saturday
Find
is-
those Avondale clients where you can meet in the middle.
Maybe on a Saturday, when traffic's a little bit lighter, we'll make that happen.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trip. That's why I enjoy living in the central area, because it's not easy. It's still 45 minutes to go to you too, but it's easier for me to think about going to the west side versus the east side. It's all kind of the same for me, but I can only imagine if you had to make it a trip out to Avondale, I'd say no every time.
Well, I did Buckeye this past weekend, and I try to do one and done in those neighborhoods. One and done, meaning
You better
we
find
are
that
going to
perfect
spend
house.
6 hours out here in a 2-mile radius, and we're going to find the house.
Yeah.
We did exactly that.
That's good.
So my strategy for getting clients under contract still works Tuesday to Thursday.
Yeah.
A house was listed over the weekend, didn't sell right away, but then the client's like, why do you think we need to get the contract in now? I said, well, by Thursday, a lot of people are off Friday, so they're gonna start viewing. So if we don't get that contract in, or I'll sleep on it, instead of 1 offer, now they have 5.
Right.
So learning to not just time how you submit the offers, but learn to have a conversation with the agent early in the game. Like yesterday, went back to the house twice, and I was actually submitting the offer while I was standing in the house.
That's good. Yeah, it's that communication with that agent, not only your client too, and the better the relationship, the better that process is going to go, the more smooth it's going to be, and more likelihood that they're going to want to pick you
Yeah.
as a buyer.
One of the things that my clients have told me recently is that we wake up, we see you, we go to bed, we see you. You just randomly just pop up on my feed. I was
You're
like,
everywhere.
that's the point. I want you to see me everywhere. And I think, that's part of the process. Think about how social media captures your attention with things that you want to buy. Sometimes it's just a thought, but sometimes just one search And it was like, well, you probably want that. So let me make you see it every day
Right.
till you actually like pull the trigger and buy it, right?
They'll get it. Well, that's good. You've had a busy month though, I think, right? The last 6 weeks, you've had quite a few contracts.
Quite a few contracts and about 7 or 8 new buyers.
Oh, there you go.
Some of those are double-ended to where we're gonna list their house after they buy.
Okay.
And it's going to show you the cycle of real estate, the full cycle.
Right.
That every 3 to 5 years, something in your life changes to where you either need to buy or sell something or upgrade or downgrade, or you went from living downtown and now you have a family and you're just
Right.
like, well, I need to move to the suburbs and get a little bit more. So I'm starting to get some of those clients from 3 to 4 years ago that are now coming back for a second time. Or their parents are retiring in other states like Colorado and Washington, and
They're
they want to
starting to
move
move, yeah.
to Arizona to get closer to their grandkids.
And the nice weather, of course. Can't complain about this.
Can't complain about
It's been
that.
one of the nicest springs we've had yet. Although I don't know what that means for our future, but
We will hope that July is nice to us. My goal is to not be in this state the month of July. So
that's a good one. I got my trip to Minnesota in July, but that's my only thing, so I gotta wait. But I'll hit San Diego in June, and then looking at a trip maybe Montana or Washington in September. So
Montana's on my list again.
yeah.
I have a friend who owns a lodge
Oh, okay.
on a lake, so it's something to go see.
What city do you know? Or
Starts
near
with a K.
Kalispell?
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fast.
Well, I was just looking at a map the other day, so.
What are you trying to find over there?
Well, no, me and my sisters are try to do a sibling reunion. We do kind of every other year. My parents and theirs, or my dad and his siblings did it for forever. They met every year and picked a different city and kind of hung out. So we've done it every other year for the most part. But we were talking about like so the Eastern Washington, kind of a mountain, maybe into the Montanas, and so looking at a map, Kalispell, and kind of just seeing what's on the western side of Montana for kind of a.
So if you need a lodge,
getaway.
I got a referral.
I think that might be something to look at. So yeah, we're trying to figure out how we want to do it. If we want to be more hike in the woods and cook our own meals type of deal, or if we want to range out into the city and.
I might head out Labor Day weekend like last year to Minnesota, go
Okay.
visit some friends. So
It's a good weekend. I think the state fairs are on that time too. Have you ever been?
not to the state fair.
It's one of the best in the country. They say that and Texas are the two biggest, or the two best.
Oh, nice. I actually like that North Shore up there. It's a little bit of a drive, but
Like Duluth area, Superior.
All right, let's close it up.
Jesus.
oh Jesus.
But it would not be a
Well.
typical episode if you did not ask for an update on May.
Wow, I knew it was coming. But honestly, there's not a lot going on this week. I went to dinner one evening with a gal that I've been hanging out with, but that was it. Pretty, it was just kind of dinner and that was it. Went and kind of called it a night after that. So, been kind of quiet on my front. It's been nice to, like I said, I was kind of trying to slow down a little bit from the whole dating and get a little bit more time for myself. And I've been able to relax a little bit more this week. And now that my house is all set up, so maybe the dating game pops off again and kind of increases a little bit in the coming weeks, but not really looking for.
A hot boy summer or what?
I mean, that can still happen, but I need a little bit of time for myself, at least on my spare time. So I mean, when I'm out, I'm always interested in flirting with people, but other than that, it's.
Well, you just bought a house, so I think, got to replenish the funds.
Exactly.
That probably, dating is a
gets
full-time
expensive.
job.
It gets expensive, when I first started kind of trying to reach out and dating, it was, you're going out to dates or to dinners or to coffees or whatever it is, and it just starts to add up.
Did you ever tally how much dating costs you monthly?
I didn't want to look. I think a few months could have been a little bit too much. So that's also kind of caught my eye with the purchase of the home and things like that, just to kind of calm down a little bit, try to spend a little bit less money going out and doing things like that. So if I am going on dates or doing things, it's maybe finding things that are a little bit more cost effective but still entertaining.
Taco stands. Bro.
Taco stands, little walks to the park, whatever.
Oh, the stuff that you put on your profile. Oh,
Yeah, long walks on the beach, sunset hikes. So, there's a lot of good things that you can still do, especially outdoors. But, yeah.
Well, at least while it lasts here, right?
Right. And I'm not a morning person, so I'm not going to have a 4 a.m. date hike.
So you don't want to be in the gym at 4 a.m. like me?
I'm sorry.
I've been trying to convince Logan, guys.
Oh.
Can you convince Logan he needs to be in the gym at 5:30?
episode. We're done.
Yeah. Cut.